Gaming has taught me many things. When I was young, Ocarina of Time helped me increase my interest in reading, and because of that interest, I went on to enjoy reading many books as a kid. Growing up, my interest in games has taught me many additional things, such as the value of friendship, and how to properly lose my mind.
No! No!
Now, as a quick side story, have you ever seen those videos on YouTube where a lawyer or a doctor just reviews a TV show or a movie or whatever, and adds their commentary as to oh yeah, this is super realistic, or no, this isn't realistic at all, and kind of turns it into an educational, albeit entertaining experience? Well, the channel I'm going to talk about today is got a similar premise. It's essentially an architect who reviews ships in Star Citizen. Now, if you want to learn what Star Citizen is, this is not the purpose of this video. There are many other channels out there that can give you the lowdown on Star Citizen, but for the sake of understanding this channel, I'll give a quick brief overview. Star Citizen is essentially a life simulator in space where players can own ships that perform a variety of functions and they can play with their friends. Now, that is once again a very brief explanation. Now, the channel I'm going to be reviewing today is called Morphologis, and what Morphologis does is he is an architect. That's his professional job, right? And what he does is he reviews ships from the game Star Citizen from an architect's point of view. Now, you might be thinking that sounds rather boring. Why would I want to watch an architect review ships? But let me explain. The perspective that he adds, coupled with the context of a game as exciting as Star Citizen, and beautiful shots from the game, makes for an engaging experience that I was not prepared for. Now, I'm not an architect. I am currently a law student, so naturally I don't have, as you might imagine, a background in Morphologis' line of work. Which is why I was so surprised that I learned so much from these videos due to his very easy way of explaining things. Now, I'm going to show you a quick video here of just how well he explains an architectural concept in the world of Star Citizen. Take a look.
The shape of the 890 jump is very pure and powerful, taking on the more simplistic form of a wedge shape. This has also been used in the case of the Imperial Star Destroyers of Star Wars to convey subconscious power to the viewer. I think it does a good job of doing that here as well. You can also see that they've carved some holes out of the edges but extended the lines out to really emphasize that wedge shape. I'm a little bit torn on these holes, but they're kind of growing on me. I also really like how they employ a lot of layering. Layering is a strategy in visual design where you add multiple different layers of materials to add depth. Here they're using the white skin to wrap the darker colored mechanical components and only reveal those mechanical components where they're absolutely needed, such as here at the stern of the ship with these massive chevron pattern main thrusters. So the exterior is powerful and dramatic, but what about the interior space? We'll begin from the perspective of the VIP guests and owner. Likely they'll be entering through the docking ring. This ship is very large and most of the time it's going to be spending its time in space. And so this ingress point is going to be very important to make a good impression on guests, so procession and entry must be paid close attention to. Stepping through the threshold, it's immediately apparent to me that this has a connection to the same design language as was used in the 600i. I especially love how they seamlessly integrate the lighting strategy into that language, through recesses in the wall and on the floor. Also note how the entry is changed here as we round the corner. You step up now into the next space, giving it prominence over the initial entry. Also notice the change in both floor and ceiling material. The ground is now a white marble with gold inlay, giving a sense of luxurious quality. The ceiling too is now black, visually compressing the space to provide contrast for the following space, the atrium. This contrast creates the effect of making that space feel even more grand than it might otherwise would have been. If you want to see how this is done in the real world, you can check out any large traditional church and you'll see that they employ the same strategy. Now earlier I mentioned a term called procession. It's basically how a user moves through three-dimensional space, and it plays a really big role in the way we consider the organizational strategy of those spaces, because you want to craft a procession that makes sense to the users, that both evokes emotion but also provides correct utilitarian function. You want people to know instinctually where to go through your design. So these beautifully crafted signs probably aren't necessary, but they're a wonderful addition that are very well integrated into the design.
Now, Morphologis gave great explanations regarding several architectural techniques relating to the ship, which is the 890 jump, which, as you could probably tell, is basically a space yacht. Now, he explains it in terms that make it easy to understand and make me appreciate the design work that goes into games like Star Citizen and other games like it. Now, if you like Star Citizen or space games in general, I would highly recommend checking out his other videos. They all offer similar content, good educational experiences, as well as being very entertaining, and are just a joy to watch. Additionally, if you also just enjoy the educational aspect of it, learning a little bit about architecture, also coupled with entertaining videos, you'll love all the content he has to offer. Thank you for watching. This is Decker Reviews, reviewing Morphologist, and everyone take it easy.